Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I realized the show Arcane has like a really broad reach, like a broader reach than the probably a broader, actually I don't know about that. League of Legends has a pretty broad reach, but there are people out there like my brother who don't play League and who watch Arcane, so some things might be a little confusing to them, just like why certain characters have certain items or have certain abilities that you see them do in the show. Just like I saw a comment on Reddit like revolving around like Ekko and like his ability to go back in time and stuff, and people who didn't play the game were just like, what? Like, that was never mentioned. Like, how can he just go back in time and stuff? And like at the end of season 1, when Jinx like ults, some people might not know that that's her ult or like ultimate ability, you know, in the game. So in this video I wanted to go over all of the Arcane characters and their moves in the game, so maybe people who don't play the game could put 2 and 2 together and be like, oh, like that it was her Q ability, or that was his W ability, or if it happens in the show, you know. And it's just going to be kind of cool to kind of compare and contrast like what they look like visually in Arcane compared to like in the actual League of Legends game. Alright, so I got a list of all of the reoccurring characters in the show, so let's start out with Violet, or Vi. Okay, so here's Vi. Here's what she looks like in the game. It's pretty accurate to what she looks like in the show, honestly. Maybe some minor differences. You can see she still has her Vi tattoo here. It's interesting, in the show, they named her after Violet, but in the game, I guess they named her after Violence. So that's just like kind of an interesting change that they made. But yeah, she's a bruiser, so she's like a melee champ who's like can kill people pretty easily, 1v1. These are her abilities here. We have Vault Breaker. She kind of dashes forward. Vi charges her gauntlets and unleashes a vault shattering punch, carrying her forward. So she has a dash that she can use to close the distance and stuff. Denting blows. Vi's punches break her opponent's armor, dealing bonus damage and granting her attack speed. So a lot of punch-oriented moves, as you can imagine. So, Relentless Force. Vi's next attack blasts through her target, dealing damage to enemies behind it. Finally, her ult. For people who don't know, your ult is kind of like your ultimate move that you unlock last out of all your moves. You get it at level 6, so this is her ult move, Cease and Desist. Vi runs down an enemy, knocking aside anyone in the way. When she reaches her target, she knocks it in the air, jumps after it, and slams it back on the ground. I can't think, maybe she's done this in the show. You guys can let me know if she's done her ult in the show. But yeah, pretty cool character with some pretty cool abilities. Oh, you could see actually Jinx and Ekko, 2 other characters in the show there. But alright, moving on to another character. Alright, next let's look up Jinx. I'm sure a lot of people know that Jinx is like a character from League of Legends, but this is what she looks like in the game. Again, pretty accurate to like what you see in the show. Oh wait, you could see the skins too. Here's her different skins and stuff. That's the Star Guardian skin. It's like based off of Sailor Moon. A lot of champs have a Star Guardian skin, but yeah, we'll have to go back and check out Vi's skins as well. This project line of skins is like really cool. Some of my favorites: Heartseeker, Arcane. You could actually unlock the how she looks like in the show, so that's pretty cool. They're releasing more Arcane skins pretty soon. I think a Warwick one and a Vi one, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, those are, oh, you can see Jace here as well. But yeah, that's Jinx's skins. Let's go over her abilities really quick, and then I'll go back and show you Vi's skins. I didn't know you could see like preview the skins. But her Q ability, Switcheroo, pretty much she switches from her minigun here to like the rocket that she uses. Now, we see her use the minigun and the rocket in the show, but every time she's using the rocket, that's not her ult. Sometimes she's just using her Q her switcheroo move and just shooting her rocket normally. Her ult is like the really big bomb that she shoots, or missile that she shoots. She's shooting Vi too. That's kind of funny. Sometimes their voice lines will actually interact with one another depending on who you're facing, like in a lane or like whoever you're attacking in the game. Like it's kind of interactive like that. So we got the W move, Zap. She kind of shoots this super long range like shock. And she has her trap things that she lays down, which you see a lot in the show. So yeah, some people might not know like they actually took that from one of her in-game moves. So that's kind of the point of the video. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like some people might not know, like, oh hey, they took that from the game. Like they actually take a lot of small details and abilities used in League in the show. So then finally her ult, that's the super big missile that she fired at the council at the end of season 1. So does a lot of damage. It actually goes all the way across the map, so you could get some really good snipes with it. And yeah, that's kind of Jinx abilities that you sometimes see in the show. So hold on, let's go back and check out Vi's skins really quick. Skins, there we go. Neon Strike, Officer, Debonair, that one's kind of cool. Demon Vi, I don't think I've ever seen that one in game. Warring Kingdoms, another project skin. Heartbreaker, Psyops. There's the Arcane skin. Is this new? I think this might be new. They have different Arcane rewards that they just came out with. You could see they have a new Caitlyn skin. Arcane Brawler vibe order. Yeah, so this is all new. So yeah, they must have a new Vi skin, Jace skin, and Caitlyn skin. So that's pretty dope. Okay, who's our next character here? Jace. Let's go ahead and cover Jace really quick. I have honestly never played Jace in League of Legends. He seems pretty freaking good though. He has physical damage. I guess he's a level 2 difficulty champ to learn. Let's check out his skins really quick. He does have ranged abilities as well. I don't know if that is classified as like AD or AP damage, but he does have ranged abilities as well as melee. So Full Metal Jace, that looks pretty cool. Debonair again. Yeah, there's kind of like different lines of skins that multiple characters have, as you guys can see. Yo, he kind of looks like a paladin in that one. Battle Academia. This one is actually based off My Hero Academia. The champs who have a skin like this, they're supposed to be like one of the teachers at the school, which is I thought was super cool. Resistance. I have the Resistance Caitlyn skin. There's Arcane Jace messing with the little hex sphere thing. Looks like he's having a breakthrough or something. You can see his hammer in the background. Zenith T1. And this is the new one, the Arcane Survivor. After he goes into the void that he went into, this is after he comes out, where his hammer looks all corrupted, and he himself is just corrupted by the arcane magic and stuff. So that's really dope. And then the Prestige T1 Jace. Let's check out his abilities. Again, I've never played him, so you see this move in the show quite often though. Whoa, not that. I don't know what that was. It seems like this move is a long range as well as a melee. Sometimes like once you use one, it kind of switches to the next ability for the Q. So, but yeah, I think that's the blast that he hit Victor with at the end of the last episodes that we got. Looks like we have, all right, he like shoots these rapid fire shots, and then he has like a barrier that he puts around him. That's pretty cool. A lot of his moves like switch from one thing and go to another. So Thundering Blow, Acceleration Gate. So yeah, he kind of uses this hex tech magic inventions to, you know, power him up and deal damage, which is cool. And then finally his ult, Mercury Cannon / Mercury Hammer. So again, a move that kind of switches from one move to the next. So I could see why he's a little bit more difficult of a champ to learn. But yeah, that's Jace's abilities and skins. You guys could let me know if he ever does any of these. I know he does this move to Victor, and like he hits people with his hammer a lot. Like that one council member he like completely smashed, who was like under Victor's like arcane magic. That was crazy. All right, speeding it up. I'm spending a lot of time on every character, but next let's go to Caitlyn, my personal favorite champ. I like playing ADC, which is like the bot lane, and she's my favorite ADC to play. She's like really strong. But yeah, here's her main skin. Her base skin looks a little different than in the show. Like her hair looks like a little bit more purple, I guess, here, but other than that, pretty much the same. I have this skin, the resistance one. I need to buy more of them for her, but Caitlyn, or Sheriff Caitlyn, Safari, Arctic Warfare, I have that one. Officer Caitlyn, Headhunter Caitlyn, Lunar Wraith, or is that Wrath? I think it's Wraith. Pulsefire, this one's pretty cool. Pool Party, a lot of champs have the Pool Party line skin, Arcade Caitlyn, Prestige Arcade Caitlyn, Battle Academia Caitlyn, Arcane from the show, Prestige Arcade Caitlyn, Snow Moon, one of my favorite skins for her, Heartthrob, DRX, yo, that looks really cool. Arcane Commander, this is the new one, I believe, because she like it gets promoted to the commander role and stuff. Prestige Arcane Commander. So that's all of them for her. We could go over the abilities really quickly. Piltover Peacemaker, super long range ability, does really high damage, especially like early in game. Just like a super long shot that she shoots. Some traps. It's funny, she uses like a little cupcake to lure people in, which is kind of cool. Once they get stuck, your next shot that you shoot them with like does increase damage. Then you have this net ability, and that also does increase damage if you hit them with it. And her ult, a lot of people don't like her ult because it's pretty much you're going to hit somebody. Like if they're within kill percent, like if they're low health, the only way to save somebody is like if you stand in front of the bullet or someone else takes the damage. So you kind of have to be like Mr. President and like take the shot to save your teammate or whatever. Super good ult, has a super long range, but that is Caitlyn's abilities. Next up we got, let's see, we got Silco. He's not a champ. I'm waiting for them to make Silco a champ. I think that would be cool. I don't know what abilities he would have, but next I think we have Victor, another champ I have never played. So he does look a little bit different in the game. So this is Victor. I think this the in-game version is kind of like him recreated again after he's shot like by Jace. Like he gets rebuilt somehow. So I think that's speculation as to like what this version in the game is. You can see he's completely covered in that hex tech like armor, and like he's completely constructed with that metal type stuff. If you guys want, you could read the breakdown here. You could pause the video and read the little description of every champ that I go through, but it's pretty relevant to like the show actually. This one, the Herald of a New Age of Technology, Victor has devoted his life to the advancement of humankind, an idealist who seeks to uplift the people of Zon to a new level of understanding. He believes that only by embracing a glorious evolution of technology can humanity's full potential be realized. With a body augmented by steel and science, Victor is zealous in his pursuit of this bright future. So that's kind of cool. I'm not going to read every single description of every champ, but let's go over the abilities really quick. I've never played Victor, so Victor blasts an enemy unit, dealing magic damage, gaining a shield, and empowering his next basic attack. Again, you're going to have a lot of like technological like moves, and like with his inventions and stuff, kind of similar to Jace. Oh, he's actually going up against Jace, so that's kind of cool how they did that. I see what they did there. Death Ray just shoots like a line that damages any champ in its way, but it looks like it blows up too. Chaos Storm as his ult. Victor conjures a singularity on the field which deals magic damage and interrupts enemy channels. That's pretty good. The singularity then periodically does magic damage to all nearby enemies. So kind of a AoE ult there. Chaos Storm. So that's Victor's moves. Let's go through his skins really quick. Full Machine, Prototype, Creator, Deathsworn, Psyops, High Noon. A lot of champs have these High Noon skins, kind of like based off a Western theme. Normal. Oh, he doesn't have too many skins. That's crazy. Why they gotta do my boy Victor like that? Let's see. Next on the list we have Warwick or Vander. I've been calling him Vander whenever I see someone playing Warwick in the game. I'm just like, oh no, Vander. He looks a lot different in the game. This is like what Warwick looks like in the game. Again, they're gonna make a an Arcane style skin where he looks more human like Vander. I guess he's a pretty easy champ to learn, so I gotta try him. I've never tried Warwick. He's typically a jungler who kind of roams the map looking for like to pick off people and like to gank people. He has a lot of cool skins. But let's check out his abilities really quick. You can see in the game he looks more like an actual werewolf rather than like humanistic. So, but they do have shared things like in the show and the game. Jaws of the Beast. Warwick lunges forward and bites his target, dealing damage based on their maximum health. That's pretty good, like a percentage based attack, and healing for damage dealt. Bro, there's been so many times like I think I'm gonna kill a Warwick and then his healing just like goes ham, and then like I just die and he doesn't, and I'm just like, bruh, he was at like 20 HP. How did I die? Blood Hunt. So yeah, this is in the show actually. He kind of gets the scent of an enemy. Warwick senses enemies below 50% health, gaining move speed toward an attack speed against them. When they fall below 20% health, he frenzies, and these bonuses triple. So yeah, like you're pretty much screwed if he gets your scent and he's running towards you like that. Like if he catches you, like there's a pretty good chance you're gonna die. Like that's cool, bro. I didn't even realize that's what he was doing like in the show. Once it was like the screen was red and he picked up the scent of Singe's blood. Like that's what was happening, so that's super dope. That was the W ability, the Blood Hunt. Primal Howl. Warwick gains damage reduction for 2.5 seconds at the end, or if reactivated, he howls, causing nearby enemies to flee. So kind of a fear and a damage mitigation move, so that's pretty dope. Wonder if he ever does that in the show. Like does he, if he howls like when he's taking a lot of damage or something, or like if he fears somebody, that'd be kind of cool. And then finally his alt move. Really good alt move, really strong. Warwick leaps in a direction, scaling with his bonus move speed, suppressing the first champion he collides with for 1.5 seconds. This is pretty much just like pretty much an execute. Like if you do this to somebody when they're really low health, they're pretty much guaranteed to die. Oh look, there's Singe too. I love the champs that they're choosing for these little example things, or the previews rather. Yeah, super strong ult there. Pretty much just gotta sit there and eat all that damage. Let's check out his skins really quick. Gray Warwick, that one's really cool. Earth the Manatee. That one's kind of silly. Sometimes they have some really light-hearted ones. Big Bad Warwick, based off of Little Red Riding Hood, of course. Tundra Hunter, that looks super cool. I wonder if the new Arcane one is out, where he kind of looks a lot like Vander. Feral Warwick, Firefang Warwick, Hyena Warwick, Marauder, Earthwick. Wait, what? Isn't that the same one that we saw? the manatee one. Lunar Guardian, that looks crazy. Project Warwick, Old God Warwick, Winter Blessed, Prestige Winter Blessed, and that's it for Warwick. So it still has like the claw and like the green stuff. I don't know if it's shimmer. I don't think it is. Like going in and out of him. It's like more of like singed like stuff to empower him or something. I forgot what exactly it is, but still has a lot of characteristics of the one in the show, but just looks a little less human, I guess. All right, next we just got a few more left. 3 left, I think. Did we do Ekko? Actually, I think we have 4 left. Ekko, super cool looking champ. I played him a few times just in ARAM. High level difficulty champ to learn. Yeah, let's go over his abilities. So yeah, he has the ability to go back in time, which is one of his moves that we'll get to. So that's what you saw when he was facing Jinx on the bridge. He reversed time and he was able to plan out like what she was going to do when she did it. So he was able to dodge the bullet and move in the way that he knew would work. So that was like one of the dopest scenes in that whole season. But Time Winder, Ekko throws a temporal grenade that expands into a time distortion field upon hitting an enemy champion, slowing and damaging anyone caught inside. So yeah, he throws that little grenade, slowing down people and doing damage. Parallel Convergence. Ekko's basic attacks deal bonus damage to low health enemies. He can cast Parallel Convergence to split the timeline, creating an anomaly after a few seconds that slows enemies caught inside. If Ekko enters the anomaly, he gains shield and stuns enemies by suspending them in time. Phase Drive. Ekko rolls evasively while charging up his Z Drive. His next attack deals bonus damage and warps reality, teleporting him to his target. So he's a very mobile champ. He's like always moving around, stunning people, hitting them. And then he could cast his ult, which is like, this ult makes Ekko who he is. This ult makes this champ. So you could see the kind of shadow version of him. And it's like, I'm pretty sure it's like 4 seconds delayed. So you could actually go back to 4 seconds in the past. Ekko shatters his timeline, becoming untargetable and rewinding to a more favorable point in time. So say like you take a lot of damage, you're almost close to death. You could hit that rewind and then go back to the health that you were before you took all that damage. So it's super good ult, and it's really fun to use and like go back in time. It kind of messes with your brain a little bit, but you can see that shadow version is like where you will go back to if you ult. So you could kind of make really good plays and like go in, but then if you're like starting to die, you can go back to the point that you were at before you engaged. So super cool champ. Let's look at his skins. Sandstorm Ekko. He has some of the coolest skins in the game, in my opinion. Academy Ekko, Project Ekko, SKTT1 Ekko, Trick or Treat. I love the Trick or Treat line skins. True Damage, like from the music video, the music group that he's in with a few other champs. He has a True Damage skin, Pulse Fire, Firelight. This one's super cool. This one you could see in Arcane a lot since he is a member of the Firelight organization. This is kind of just straight out of the show. He has his like hairstyle pretty much illustrated exactly as he is in the show, and he's riding his like little hoverboard thing. So I actually just learned about this one not too long ago. I don't know when they added it in, probably like around season 1 or something, I'm guessing, but super dope skin. Firelight Ekko. Star Guardian, again, based off Sailor Moon. Prestige Star Guardian. Breakout True Damage. That's dope. Alright, that's Ekko. Jesus, this video is turning out to be longer than I expected it to be. Next we have the one, the only Heimerdinger, the master engineer and scientist. Heimerdinger is one of the most innovative and esteemed inventors the world has ever known. As the longest serving member of the Council of Piltover, he saw the best and the worst of the city's unending desire for progress. Nonetheless, this brilliant scientist and teacher will always remain dedicated to using his unconventional devices to improve the lives of others. Pretty fun champ. He uses all of his inventions and stuff mostly in his moves. You can see he puts down these turrets. These turrets are like super annoying. They can actually do quite a lot of damage if you'd just ignore them. And you can actually empower them, which I'll show you later. You can empower all your moves to make them stronger. He shoots these rockets, super long range. He shoots like 8 of them at the same time. Pretty hard move to dodge too. Then he throws this grenade thing, which I'm pretty sure slows people. Oh, I guess it stuns people if you get hit by it directly, and then it slows surrounding people, so and does damage. But his ult, actually, you could choose to empower any one of his moves, the Q, W, or E. Here, I'm pretty sure it'll show you. If you use your ult and use your turret, it makes this like super turret, which does a lot of damage if left unattended. And then next it'll probably show you the missiles. You can empower your missiles and shoot like a bunch of missiles to finish off an opponent. And then finally you could upgrade your grenade. Boom. And you could do like a pulsing grenade, which travels a little bit and does a lot of damage. So it's called upgrade his ult. Just check out his skins. That one's ugly, bro. It looks like E.T. Alien Invader. Blast Zone. Looks like one of his inventions blew up on him. Looks like Einstein. Piltover Customs. Yo, he's like a mechanic. That's funny. Some of these I feel like I'm seeing for the first time. Snowmerdinger. Hazmat. Dragon Trainer. Pool Party. Building a sandcastle. Heimerdinger. And that's it for Heimerdinger. Pretty cool character. Let's see, we got Bessa, newest character to League of Legends. Kind of just came with season 2 here, so super important character in the lore though, with the Noxians and stuff and the Noxian army. Really important. High level character to play, I guess. Mel's mother. Yeah, big character in Arcane. So in the Arcane lore. All who know the name Medarda respect the fear of the family's leader, Bessa. As a Noxian general, she embodies a deadly combination of ruthless strength and fearless resolve in battle. That's a pretty good description of her. Not much more to say about her. Embracing the merciless ways of the wolf, Bessa will do whatever it takes to protect her family's legacy, even at the cost of her own children's love. Ain't that the truth? Look at her skins really quick. She's the newest champ, so she only has one other skin, the Chosen of the Wolf skin, which is a really cool skin line. I think, who else has Chosen of the Wolf skins? You have Swain and Pantheon, and then one other champ. Yeah, you have Katarina too, who has a Chosen of the Wolf skin. But she's pretty broken right now, I'm not gonna lie. They have to like balance her a little bit more, in my opinion, which happens pretty often with new champs. They're usually nerfed like pretty soon after. But Q move, you have just that like sweeping move, and she like gets shot back a little bit. With her moves too, you have a lot of moves that kind of switch. Like after you use it initially, it switches to something else. So that's why it kind of looks like she's doing 2 different things here. She sweeps and then she slams it down in a straight line. So this move's super good. The rapid repudiation. Yeah, she gets a shield and then she like lunges forward. And Bessa gains a shield, briefly braces herself, and then slams the ground to damage nearby enemies. I love using this move. It's like really good distance closer. Lacerate. Bessa whips her twin Drakehounds around herself, damaging and slowing nearby enemies. Initiating Drakehound's step from this ability causes her to strike a second time at the end of its dash. And finally, her ult is like really sick. She She like dashes towards the furthest enemy champion in the line, and then she like throws him up in the air and slams him down. Ding, ding. Some Kratos stuff. That's like straight out of God of War. She's so good at closing distance. You could play her like top or like jungle. She's pretty versatile right now and pretty broken. Yeah, that's the newest champ, Bessa. Finally, we have two more that I want to talk about. We have Singed, which is a character who is in season 1. As well as more in season 2. Kind of a mad scientist. Singe is a brilliant alchemist of dubious, I guess he's an alchemist, of dubious morality, whose experiments would turn the stomach of even the most cutthroat criminal. Selling his skills to the highest bidder, he cares little for how his nauseous concoctions are used, with the ensuing chaos of an experiment in itself. His most infamous work is Shimmer, which enabled the Cambarans to turn Zon into their personal playground. But fueled by madness, Singe is always working on something new, with each endeavor more depraved than the last. So yeah, he looks pretty similar to in the show. But super big role in the show. Like as you heard, he created Shimmer itself, which is kind of the whole reason like everything is happening. Like he is responsible for actually like a crazy amount in the show with his inventions and like what his actions do, like what they lead to. So let's look at his abilities really quick. Poison trail, leaves a trail of poison behind him, can do a lot of damage if you stand in it. Mega adhesive, throws a vial of mega adhesive on the ground, slowing and grounding enemies who walk on it. That could be a pretty deadly combo if you slow them or get them stuck and then just like put poison all around them. Fling, damages target enemy unit and flings them in the air behind Singe. That could be really good if your team is like behind him. You could like fling an enemy towards your team where they'll definitely die. And then his alt, Insanity Potion. Singe drinks a potent brew of chemicals, granting him increased combat stats and making his poison trail ability Grievous Wounds, which like decreases the healing that champs do. So like Warwick, for example, how he heals a lot. If he like had Grievous Wounds, his healing wouldn't really do much. Let's take a look at Singe skins here. Riot Squad, Hex Tech, Surfer. That's funny. I don't think I've ever seen that one in game. Mad Scientist, Augmented, Snow Day. That could be today. We just had our biggest snowfall today. We have SSW, Singed, Black Scourge, Beekeeper, Resistance, Astronaut, Arcane Shimmer Lab. Oh, that must be a new one. That looks really cool. That's like straight out of Arcane. So that's really cool. He has like a big jar of like shimmer on his back. And yeah, that is Singed, everybody. Finally, we have a champ that hasn't really been formally introduced in the show. And that is LeBlanc. Mysterious even to other members of the Black Rose Cabal, LeBlanc is but one of many names for a pale woman who has manipulated people and events since the earliest days of Noxus. So yeah, you could see her kind of changing. She changes into other people, and she can make clones of herself. So that's who you see in the show, kind of like flickering between like identities. Using her magic to mirror herself, the sorceress can appear to anyone, anywhere, and even be in many places at once, always plotting just out of sight. LeBlanc's true motives are as inscrutable as her shifting identity. She a chameleon, bro. Sigil of Malice. LeBlanc projects a sigil, dealing damage and making the target or marking the target for 3.5 seconds. Damaging the marked target with an ability detonates the sigil. I've never played LeBlanc, so I'm learning these moves like as you guys are, but Distortion, LeBlanc dashes to, I know she can delete people in like 1 second. Like she does so much damage if she's not dealt with. LeBlanc dashes to a location, dealing damage to enemies near her destination. Yeah, she just does that and then you're just like dead. She can do so much if you don't build like the right items. For the next 4 seconds, activate distortion again to return LeBlanc to her starting location. So she can kind of just like go in and out like all day long, just like offing people super easy. Then this is a move you see in the show, her chains, ethereal chains. LeBlanc launches a chain that shackles the first enemy hit. If the target remains shackled for 1.5 seconds, LeBlanc roots them and deals additional damage. So that's kind of the chains that you see go around Mel at that one point. And Mel's friend, I think, gets caught in the chains and she gets like ripped apart. And finally, her alt Mimic. LeBlanc casts a mimicked version of one of her basic spells. And yeah, that's it for her abilities. Let's check out her skins really quick. And I think to my knowledge, that is everybody. Bro, she looks like Lady Gaga right there. Prestigious LeBlanc, Mistletoe, Ravenborn, Elderwood, Program, IG, Coven, Worlds 2020, Prestige Coven, Debonair, Bewitching. I love that skin line. Risen Legend. And yeah, that's all of the skins for LeBlanc. And I think that concludes the list of characters that you see in Arcane. So hopefully this kind of gives you a little bit more clarity as to what you're seeing in the show occasionally. Really good show. I've been loving it. Excited to see how they wrap up the show in these last episodes. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in another one. Peace out.